Waliwo ekibuuzo ekinene nnyo abantu kye bambuuzizza nti what is the best way for the transition in Uganda? Because transition yeetagisa okubaawo ate erina okubaawo, naye what is the best way, what is the best avenue that we can use in order to have a peaceful transition here in Uganda? Remember, tugezezzaako okulaba nti tufuna transition through democratic means, that is passing through the process of an election, and we have failed. We have not failed that, but we have failed to have a transition through election since the memory of Uganda here, because there is no any government here in Uganda that has ever come into government through an election. No, there is no any. Because if I can take you back in the year 1962, that is when Uganda got its independence, the government that we had, it was Sir Edward Mutesa Walugembe, the former king of Buganda Kingdom. Then he was overtaken by his prime minister, that is Dr. Apollo Milton Obote, with his UPC government. His UPC government, it was overthrown by Idi Amin Dada, who was a military general of Dr. Milton Obote. Then we had the Idi Amin regime with his government. Then after Idi Amin was overthrown, was chased away by United Forces that made Idi Amin to leave the country, to leave Uganda. Then we had very many governments before, after Idi Amin, we had the government of Yusuf Lule, who was being brought by UNIF. Then we had the government of Binaisa, still the same case. Then we had the government of Binaisa, we had Yusuf Lule. Then from Binaisa, I think Uganda held an election, the 1980 election, that brought Apollo Milton Obote again to power. But it is claimed and it is said that Obote never won that election. It was rigged by Obote. The victor of that election, it was the late Dr. Paul Kawanga Semogerere. From there, netufuna conflict enyingi nnyo. The Obote II regime, it was characterized of military coups. It was characterized with a lot of tension, with a lot of military tension, with a lot of very many military guerrilla wars that were in place during his regime. Remember, before even him completing his term, he was overtaken, he was overthrown. There we had Paulo Muwanga, Yachikwatamu, we had Tito Okello Lutwa, we had Basili, I think. So, then netujja tufuna President Museveni nga wangudde olutalo olwo olwa 1980 up to 1986 with his NRA government. So, wetufuna government olwali gye tugamba emaze mu buyinza for now 40 years. Kitegeeza as Uganda, as a country, we have never got any government through a transition that is democratic, through a transition where people, they have exercised their powers, where people now they can feel, this government, we own it because we have exercised our powers, that is by voting. We have never got that government. The government of President Museveni, which came in the year 1986, nebeerawo for 10 years, tetulina kalulu. Akalulu ke basooka okuba nako, that was in the year 1996. Tetulina tufuna akalulu ako omwalimu Paul Kawanga Semogerere nga contestant w'amaanyi nnyo. Still, it is said and it is believed by the people who were there by then, who participated, who voted. They are saying that Dr. Paul Kawanga Semogerere won the election, but they never declared him as a winner. they declared Yoweri Kaguta Museveni as a president-elect, as a winner. So from there, we went into another election, that is 2001, the emergence of Dr. Besigye. Museveni won over. We had 206 election, still again with Dr. Besigye. Still, even that election, it is said that Museveni never won that election. It is Besigye who won that election. These are facts which are being said by people whom we can really refer to. That so and so, he was on camera, it is on record, he said this and that. So, still, President Museveni was declared as a winner in 2006. We went to another election, that is 2011, where still President Museveni contested with Kano Besigye. Museveni won over Besigye. We went into another election, that is 2016, which I myself participated in as a voter, as even a polling agent. So it is believed and it is claimed and it is said that Museveni lost that election. Dr. Besigye won the election, but the EC declared Museveni as a victor. You see, then from there, we went into another election, the recent election, that is 2021, where President Museveni was contesting with Honorable Kyagulanyi, a new political actor on scene. And it ended the same way, like the way how it has been ended, and it still said the same way how it was always been said, that Museveni lost an election, Kyagulanyi won an election. It means that the peaceful means, the democratic ways of having a transition through an election, it cannot work. It cannot work. Because if you can now taint and name the incumbent, who is President Museveni, as a dictator, I don't think that he can leave power in that way. So it means that the transition through a democratic means of an election, it cannot prevail over here. Now what are we left with to do? We people in the opposition, all people in the opposition, what are they supposed to do? Still, we go back into an election. Do we take that avenue again? And that avenue, it has failed to take us to the stream end, because we have tried that avenue for more than 5 times. From 1996, the results are always the same, and even it is much evident and known that still even these results in the next coming election, they will be of the same. So, should we go into an election still, or should we find another avenue of having a transition? But a transition is moving to be indeed. Indeed, we people in the opposition are already even for a transition. How are we prepared enough for a transition? We know that today President Museveni is preparing a transition. I think that the people in the opposition, they are seeing balaba ebigenda maaso. Today, we will have a transition. President Museveni atandise okulaba nti mutabani we General Muhoozi Kainerugaba the CDF amuteekayo, amuzimbi, amutaddaawo. Bataddewo ekiboozibozi kye for him becoming the president. Bakibuilding bakireese. So tumu transition yeyo nga opposition tuliwa. Alwa kandi tugenda okuforwardinga tumuleete okucontestinga candidate President Museveni gwazimbi owa transition after him. We people in the opposition, awo tutuusewo kuba otunula President Museveni nga ye mu transition yeyo. Omuntu gwazimbye General Muhoozi, sabawo mulala gwazimbye. Kitegeeza ye azimbe candidate abasigadde bonna yabanafuya. Abasigadde bonna tolina gwenza songako nti yuno. Kati ate ffe mu opposition tweteese tutya okulaba nti mu transition yeyo naffe tubaamu. Mu transition yeyo tuyinamu candidate naffe gwe tugenda okugamba nti yuno. Kuba ogenda okulaba nga in the opposition mulimu abantu bangi. Ogenda tunaona Honorable Kyagulanyi alaga ye position nze, Dr. Kano Besigye alaga ye position nze, honorable muntu bonna bakyali awo n'abalala abagwa mu kkowe eryo waliwo n'abalala abapya buli kaseera aba imaginga which not the case of the people which not the case from the person bwe twagala okusuuza ye candidate azimbye omu abalala bonna ne bamukkiriza nti oyo gwazimbye ffe mu opposition tulina bakandidate nga 10 so mu transition ye opposition tweteeseteese kyakitegeeza still even after Museveni you can still it can be when it is not present when even it is not people in the opposition kuba we are not set for the transition kimalamu amaanyi era kibi nnyo naye kibuuzo ekyo tugenda tugazya debate eyo ne ba panelist bange bangi bengenda okuleeta kuba I think nze omusinza ku airinga views zange nga tetulina nga twala gwe tuyinza ku debatinga naye ayinza okuba ne school of thought endala etali ku yange so njagadde nkikooneko kirekaawo naye nga tugenda batudiringa nakyo anytime ne ba panelist yenna yenna ng'oli owulira you can have a debate with me over this matter nti how prepared is the opposition as far as transition is concerned and what avenues can we use in order to have a peaceful transition after a transition of an election after an avenue of an election failing, what another avenue, a peaceful avenue, can we use in order to have a peaceful transition after President Kaguta Museveni? It is a question that I have put out. Anyone who wants to have a debate with me, yes, you can contact me so that we can have that debate here on the order paper that is 256, the order paper, this political platform, this social and economical platform. So, tandika okunganya notices. The question is very simple. How is the opposition so prepared in order to have a peaceful transition? What avenues can we use to have a peaceful transition after the avenue of elections failing? What other avenue can we use in order to have a peaceful transaction, a peaceful transition? So kyekibuuzo kyaffe bannange tugenda batukyongerako insha Allah amin bibadde ebyange bibadde mu wiiki eno. So tugenda teri kuzikiza, twabasuubiza teri kuzikiza ebyo byange. Nsigadde nze Makubu ya Akimu Aliyo